Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Velociraptor Escape set. This is set number 76957. It has 137 pieces and I paid $15 for this set. This set came out along with the some of the new dinosaurs for the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary of the first movie, so they weren't branded under Jurassic World necessarily, but it's kind of the similar theme. There was, I think, there was the one with the kind of the pavilion with a T-Rex and a raptor. There was one with a brontosaurus. There was one with a triceratops and vehicles, and there was one with the one with the fan neck thing that sprayed venom, which was a really good value set. This was the 4+ set that released alongside of those, and I believe I looked at all those. I covered those on my channel, and I think a lot of those sets I was able to get before they were on shelves or before they were released. I think one of my most viewed videos is for the biggest Jurassic Park 30th anniversary set, that kind of visitor center thing. But I didn't look at the 4+ set. I've sort of started to be more interested in them. There have been a release of Jurassic World sets that came out after this release that had a 4+ set with a bunch of baby dinosaurs, and I really want that one, but I'm kind of waiting on a sale. So this one retailed for $40, and $40 for 137 pieces feels really strange, but it is a 4+ set. You do get the Velociraptor, which in itself has a good amount of value, and then 4+ sets generally have or appear to have higher like bigger pieces that cost more, so the price per piece is just a little bit different than usual. But I saw this on sale for a while and it was down into like the $25 or something, which is, you know, a pretty good sale. But now it was down to $15, which I think is something like 60% off roughly, and that's a really great deal for almost any Lego set. This one's themed, you know, it's branded, it's all that stuff. It's 4+, so I don't believe there's any stickers, so it looks like that should be a print. This should be a print, and some other stuff here. Great to get the dinosaur. I can't remember. I know Ellie Sattler comes in some other sets, at least one maybe. I don't know if Robert Muldoon came in any of the other sets I looked at. I'm not positive, but I don't think they did, so that's interesting to get that character. And I just thought this was going to be a great deal, so I wanted to take a look at it. It's been a long time since I looked at one of these kind of sets, so I'm pretty excited about it. So in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. While I build, I will speed the video up, then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy! Okay, so while we look at the build for this Lego Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Velociraptor Escape 4+ set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like the video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other video, click the subscribe button. That helps me a lot. We start out with the dinosaur in the very nice paper bag, and then we can move on to the build for kind of this enclosure, this pen, the cage area. And there's actually 3 instruction booklets for this set, which I thought they were kind of divvied up or separated in a slightly weird way, but it is a 4+ set, so it's important to keep that in mind. So we have a couple of the bags done, as well as some of the instructions, and now on to the final bag of pieces. This comes together pretty quick, so thank you, and now on to my review for this set. Okay, so this is the Lego Jurassic Park 30th Anniversary Velociraptor Escape set. This is pretty cool. Yeah, this is good. You know, I kind of knew what it was going to be like, and I'm pretty satisfied with it. I don't have a ton of experience with the 4+ sets. I know I looked at one of the City Space sets that was 4+, and I really, really liked that. And this one's great too, but I'll talk more about the value kind of at the end, so we will get right into everything in here. And the first thing we will look at is the minifigures, because you do get some. You get 2 minifigures in this set. Like I said, I'm not sure if they're either of them are exclusive. I have a feeling they might be, but we'll have to see. So the first one here is Dr. Ellie Sattler. This one's not exclusive, but I thought maybe the hair wasn't used. This kind of hair wasn't used in some of the other sets. I'm not positive on that, but I thought there was something kind of special about the Dr. Sattler in this set. So this is really good. The hair is nice. The face is good. We do have an alternate face with a different expression, not really like scared or anything like that, just kind of content, and then with maybe a happier smile there. They do have a walkie-talkie kind of radio accessory. And then the torso feels similar to some of the ones in the other sets. So they kind of have their shirt tied there, a shirt underneath. They do have printing on the midsection, which is the belt. There's printing on the legs there as well, nothing on the arms. Back of the shirt is fine, so good to see that. The other one we get is the Robert Muldoon. This is the character from the beginning of the first movie, shooter, that whole scene, which I think this kind of set is loosely kind of based on, I would say. So we have Robert Muldoon here. This is another one. I don't know if this was released in any of the sets that released alongside this for the Jurassic Park 30th anniversary. I'm not positive about that. So if it is an exclusive figure, no, that's good. But they do have this kind of maybe a tranquilizer dart accessory here type thing, which is good to get that. Kind of a nice hat, similar to what Dr. Grant might wear. And Robert Muldoon has the kind of Jurassic Park kind of identification stuff there under a vest. No printing on the midsection. The belt is actually up on the torso there. And then the legs have printing with some pockets, a little bit of printing in the middle there, which is nice. Back of the torso is all right. No alternate face for this one or hair, because the hat would not cover up the back of the alternate face. So those are the 2 minifigures in this set, which are fine, good to get. And then we have some other stuff that I usually talk about when I'm talking about figures, because we have a dinosaur mold here. So we have the Velociraptor. This is like one of the newer-ish dinosaurs. It did come in the paper bag, which is really, really nice. And I think this is the same raptor that was in the kind of big Jurassic Park set. The visitor center type thing. I want to say this is the same raptor, which is fine. That's not a big deal. The colors are really, really nice. So we do have the the forearms of their own piece, or the arms of their own piece, with the printing for the claws. Their legs are their own piece, printing going through the upper leg as well as the claws. They have the big kind of talon on their feet looking thing there. The tail is molded or connected to the body overall. It's kind of that softer rubbery plastic. I don't know if it's dual molded or just printed, but the whole body from the neck to the body to the tail is all dual molded, triple molded, it's a one piece there, which is very nice. And then we do have studs on the back. The head is its own separate piece. It's actually 2 pieces. The mouth can open there so we can see some teeth inside. Printing on the head is really, really good. The eye is very detailed and nice, as well as some of the striping over here and the pattern. And then the head is connected just with a Technic pin there, which does allow it to kind of turn its head in a really nice way, which I like. There's some scenes in the original movie as well as Jurassic Park 3, which I actually quite like, that remind me of like, or there's aspects of like a Velociraptor like sort of turning its head and then making its call noise to alert other kinds of dinos in the area or other kind of raptors in the area. So this is really cool. These always add, value to a set, or, potential value to a set, and good to get this one. I don't know how much this dinosaur goes for on its own. Now that this set is potentially easy to find on sale at such a considerable discount, the price for this might fall. I think generally speaking, this probably would have been a $15 to $20-ish dinosaur, depending on what the market for Lego dinosaurs is. It maybe was less than that, maybe 10, but I think something around there is pretty safe bet. So I'll talk more about that at the end. And then we kind of have some different side buildy type things, so I will look at those. First, we have a raptor nest here using one of these kind of roundish octagonal pieces there, with a round jumper, and then this is printed on there, so the little egg being cracked with a raptor coming, or maybe a baby raptor or something coming out of there, which is very, very nice. Interesting inclusion. Good to get that egg though. And then we have a kind of off-road vehicle, 4x4 ATV type vehicle here, which is actually more involved of a build than I thought it would be for a 4+. I thought a lot of the vehicles in like 4+ sets that are like this size kind of had just a chassis that had maybe the wheels already attached, and you would just maybe add the steering wheel and a couple tiles. But actually it just uses a 2x6 plate there, and you do put the axles on, you do put the rims or whatever into the rubber wheels, and then we do build up around that a little bit. Nice use of this piece on the front and back kind of for the fender area there. For whatever reason, there's a hot dog on the back, but good to get that. I don't know if that's to entice the raptor out of the enclosure, or if that's just maybe Ellie Sattler's lunch there. And either character could operate this, but it feels like it's got some of the hallmark Jurassic Park colors going for it. Not entirely, but it feels relatively good for a 4+ build, I would say. So that's nice. And then the rest of the set is this kind of Velociraptor enclosure, and it's a 4+ set. I was surprised to see that there was 3 instruction booklets. So the first one is kind of just for the bottom portion of this, and then the next one is for like the top and some of the kind of fencing or whatever over here, and then the third one has like the little vehicle and this other portion of the fence. So I'm not really sure how to go into this. This is kind of something that would maybe be considered a side buildy type thing. We have a bucket with a drumstick in there, some meat, and the little thing that can be grabbed onto. So there's some play features in that as well. And that's good, and I'll remove that, and then we can look at this enclosure. So this enclosure is not like fully enclosed like some city buildings, or even a lot of the Jurassic Park buildings like the visitor center wasn't like fully enclosed either. But this is pretty cool. So it uses a one of these kind of special thick, almost road plate looking pieces, but in the like light green there, which is nice. And you start by adding these slopes to either side. Then you add this rounded plate over here, and maybe a bit of dino dung there. It's a 4+ set. I'm going to keep saying that. So like this piece here for these kind of pillars and everything is one big piece. It's kind of a big panel piece, but some parts are hollow, and you then like this kind of cross beam here is a one big piece. Same on the other side, same right here in the back there, or right here on the other side, and this is one big piece as well, so that's fine. And this is kind of supposed to be the raptor enclosure there, I believe. This is kind of all part of it, so we can put the kind of raptor in here, and it fits so that's okay. And there is a little bit of a play feature here, which is that this can kind of go pull up, and let the raptor kind of escape. So you have this gate almost, which maybe lets them go into a bigger enclosure instead of like the feeding area or something like that. My one kind of issue with that is this raptor's like too big to actually realistically go through here. So you could open this up and you can kind of make it work. Maybe the tail makes it a little hard. You'd maybe really have to like move the legs to make that work. Whoops. So if I pull this up, yeah, if I really squash the legs down, it's still a little bit tricky. So it can't really super easily pass through there, but that's a nice little feature. It just works. It's not too difficult or anything, so fine for this kind of 4+ deal here. And then there's some other stuff. So above that, this is kind of has a modular kind of system here. So the top of this enclosure is all tiled out. There's just these 2 studs that this connects to. So then we build this top kind of platform with a 6x8 plate there, and it has a clip coming off of it, maybe to hold an accessory, either the tranquilizer accessory or maybe the radio or something. We have like a kind of a box piece up here on a jumper. We have a printed panel, like slope piece here with some information about the raptor. We also get this really nice printed tile with the Jurassic Park logo on there, and that's really, really good. I'm super happy with that, to get that printed and not a sticker. The roof is all done fine. There's kind of some other features and functions here with kind of this pulley system. It's got the hook on the bottom and a Lego chain, and then this can all unfurl and kind of lower the chain here. And then ideally the kind of basket or bucket with the food could be on there, and maybe this is either loaded from up top, whoever's like manning this station, and then kind of released down into the enclosure by doing the pulley here, or maybe it starts down and then it goes up. I mean, it's just a way to kind of feed the Velociraptor there, and that works fine. I was actually surprised you got an extra of the chain, which I'll talk about more later. I don't think you're supposed to put 2 of them together because I don't know how well that would work to roll up on one of these pulley pieces. And then also this piece is on just a normal Technic pin here, so it's not one of the ones with like less friction. So it does take a little bit more than you might anticipate to operate this. I think that's probably good, so that it doesn't just like unravel at the weight of whatever it's trying to hold. I'm not sure if that's actually a legitimate concern there, and maybe I would have liked one of the like tan or light bluish gray pins that could go in there with a little less friction. But I don't know what they do for different kinds of sets here, so that seems all right. And then the rest of this is kind of this fence gate area here. So it's built really, really simply, just attaches over here. We have a couple more of those green slopes, relatively big 2x plate here on the bottom. We have a clip piece at the end of that, and then we build this with like a relatively big 2x8 brick there, or 2x10 rather, and then some of these kind of chunky slope pieces, and one of these gate pieces up there in a nice color. It matches kind of the roof area, which is very good. And then we put a jumper with a frog. There were frogs used in some of these sets, like for shaving cream and other parts of some of the sets, which is like a great Easter egg because they spliced ancient dino DNA with frog DNA, which wouldn't work in the way, but it's science fiction and that's fine. But the frogs are, not only do Lego designers like to hide frogs in kind of random sets, but they also really like to have them in Jurassic Park and Jurassic World sets, especially in this release for the 30th anniversary. I think there was a frog in every single set, so that's good to have that there. And then we have kind of an identical little fence area over here that is just a little bit off in height because of an extra layer of a tile and plate there, and that uses one of those bricks with the kind of bar coming off of it to create a hinge with that clip. Same kind of fencing up here, so this can be kind of closed off to almost make this entirely closed, and maybe the idea is that the enclosure kind of extends all the way over here or out through the back, and this area is specifically for feeding, or maybe this part extends out to a much bigger enclosure and they come here to feed and then go back. Either way, that's okay, and then this can kind of be moved to figure out how you might want to do that. And then there is a aspect of this, I'll show this too. We also have the printing here, so that is a printed electricity tile there, which is good to get. All prints, no stickers. And then there's kind of a play feature here, so to speak. This whole fence construction is only put down on that 2x4 jumper there, so only 2 studs. It's not on there super strong, so if the Velociraptor were to be escaping, they can kind of barrel through that and just go right through, which is a nice thing. I think it could also be something that whoever's operating this might need to go through. I probably have to hold this to make it work, but there's a little bit of an escape feature there. Same over here, same kind of with this. There are different ways to kind of play with the escape nature of this set. So this is kind of its own little build that can be removed very easily, as can this. So this could be built over on its own thing, or moved or something, but this is kind of the tower for this enclosure, and that's everything that's in this set. I think this set looks kind of cool. Some of these colors threw me a little bit. This kind of bluish color threw me a little bit, and I don't know if that's just strictly because of the 4+ kind of age suggestion for this set. It may be. It feels a little bit strange to me because I don't recall seeing a ton of this kind of color in other Jurassic Park sets, even from the same release as this. But that's a pretty minor complaint. I think overall there's a good amount of stuff to do here, and it's sizable. It's got some big pieces, some specialized pieces in here, and there's also some not like advanced building techniques, but I really didn't expect this to be as many pieces as it is. I thought for a 4+ set this would kind of all be very few pieces, maybe just a couple details, and I was surprised to learn that there is kind of more going on there. As far as the build over here, there's kind of more going on here too. There's not a ton of 1x1 pieces or anything, but there's a few, and like I'm not exactly sure what this is for. It's a kind of red translucent tile there. That's maybe just a light or something like that, and that's fine. But overall, pretty big pieces, but this has a good size. It's relatively light, but there's good volume of plastic here. And then you get the 2 characters, perhaps Muldoon or this version of Dr. Ellie Sattler are exclusive to this. No stickers. You get the printed dino egg, the printed piece up here, printed kind of council, printed electricity thing. You get the frog. I'll kind of put this radio over on the side. I always like when they have places to put accessories, and I think that's pretty good there. And we can even put the tranquilizer gun thing over here as well. And so that's pretty cool, I think, overall. I will show the extra pieces so we can take a look at them, because you do get some. So you get an extra of the hot dog piece there, extra of that one tile, extra of the chocolate kind of ice cream tile, which was used for maybe dung or some kind of plant life or whatever. We do get an extra of the chain, which I thought was interesting. I didn't know that you typically get an extra of this piece, because it seems like it's quite a bit heavier than like a typical 1x1. So I would assume the machines that pack the bags wouldn't need to add an extra one of these, but you do get an extra. I don't know if that's an accident or is something that other people kind of encountered as well. Extra of the kind of syringe tranquilizer thing there, extra of a Technic pin. Those are all your extra pieces. And this set is 137 pieces, 2 minifigures, and a dinosaur. And I paid $15 for it. It retails for $40. I believe this is even going to be potentially retiring relatively soon, even though it's not that old of a set. I think on the Lego website, it says last chance, so it may be already like out of production and now is just they're getting rid of stock. I don't know that for sure because I don't know what specifically indicates Lego kind of listing something as last chance or how hard to find or anything like that, because I wouldn't say this set is particularly hard to find, but that's okay. And I think $40 probably makes sense for this or for some people. As I've said before, and I'll say again, 4+ sets tend or seem to have bigger pieces, more specialized pieces that do kind of limit the amount of building needed, but also are more expensive to produce. And that's just for the target age range there. And I think this one is true to that and true to my experience of that and true to my impression of 4+ sets. So, traditionally $40 for 130 or 137 pieces is not going to be great. One thing I talk about a lot with animal molds and dinosaur molds in particular, they often hold value relatively well. They're expensive to produce, and so Jurassic Park sets and dino sets or like city sets with big animal molds, especially new ones or recolors, usually have kind of this, it doesn't get close to the 10 cents per piece rule because or kind of guideline. So, and like I said, this might be a $10, $15, $20 dinosaur right here. And if you take this, the minifigures, all the build, the little vehicle here and the side stuff, and add up what the approximate value is, you might get somewhere close to $40. I wasn't interested in this set at $40. I wasn't frankly really interested in it at $30 either, although that's still, a much better deal and I can make that work. I don't know how we value these minifigures, if they're exclusive or not. That would change. If the general rule is about $5 per minifigure, which I don't really like because, CMFs are $5, which are much better. These are licensed. They're not anything crazy special, but even $2, $3 for these each minifigure here, it might be about what I would estimate that. And if we put this, somewhere in that range that I suggested, $10, $15, $20 around there, maybe just 10 to be on the low end, then we might have $15 with the minifigures and the dinosaur, and then as the rest of this stuff $25. I'm not sure, but because of the big pieces, it feels like it gets pretty close, as well as like tires, really nice print here. So I actually surprisingly don't think the value here is that far off. I will say I think the city space set that was $20, that was 4+, was a really, really good value, but it didn't come with this. It didn't come with a dinosaur or a big animal mold. It also didn't have any licensing attached to it. So, it's a pretty different thing. And for those reasons, it kind of makes sense if that one was $20, that this one would be $40 here. I paid $15 for this, which is a huge sale. I think it's like 50% off, which is really, or like 60% off. It's less than half of the retail price. So $20 for this is probably a super fair deal. I mean, $30 might be a fair deal. Frankly, $40 at the suggested retail price might have been a okay deal as well. It's just not something that I was going to buy, but for $15, this feels like a steal. This feels really, really great. That's the kind of discount that almost any Lego set I would get, even for themes that I'm not terribly interested in, even stuff that's 4+. This one, I don't even know if it's super easily identifiable as a 4+ set or anything like that. There's some aspects of it maybe, but other aspects where it just seems like any other Lego set here. And this is really great to get the dino and these characters. I actually thought the Jurassic Park set that released alongside this, that was $20, was a great value. It was like 211 pieces, I think, and you got the what's the character's name? It's the nerd guy, but a Nedry or something like that. Is that his name? Nedry? You got like that character, and you got a really, really good vehicle. I can't remember if it was a Jeep or if it was like an Explorer or which one it was, but it was one of the Jurassic Park vehicles. And that was a $20 set. And you did get a dinosaur. You didn't get this one. You got a smaller dinosaur. You got one that was kind of it like spits venom, I think, and it was a Dilophosaurus. So that one's a little different because it's like all, I think, molded as one piece, and so you can't like turn the head as much, but that set also had, like, I think the Barbasol printed round brick for the shaving cream, which is iconic. That set I felt like was very, very good value. And the other sets that came out alongside of it, the Triceratops research, or the Brontosaurus or the Brachiosaurus one with the tree, or the visitor center, all were like pretty expensive, but this feels like an even better value than maybe the $20 set. I might still hesitate on it, but at $15 it's hard to beat getting, you know, a full-sized raptor here that's multiple pieces and everything for $15. So this felt really great, and you know, if there was more of them, it's maybe something I would have bought more of, especially if it is last chance and it is going to be retiring soon. And this makes me feel a little bit different about the Baby Dinosaur Rescue Center as well, because that's $40. You don't get like a full-size dino here, but you do get 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 kind of baby dinos, as well as 2 minifigures, a vehicle build, which is more substantial than this one, as well as like a research center, an egg, and another kind of enclosure thing. So that actually, now having seen this and having this in my hand, that Baby Dinosaur Rescue Center that came out later is also a 4+ set, seems way more reasonable to me. Still don't know if I'll get that one for retail. I will, like any Lego set, try to get that for a discount. I don't think I would get as good of a discount as I got for this set, so I feel really happy about this. I'm glad I finally could look at the last set of this, you know, 30th anniversary release, and it feels great. It's nice to return to some dinos here, so I really, really liked this set, and I think I got a great deal. So great. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button down below so you can stay up to date on all the Lego videos I'll be doing here in the future, including more Jurassic Park, Jurassic World sets, tons of other Lego sets from all different themes, all different shapes, size, price point, piece count, age range, age, retired, new, all different stuff. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming Lego videos. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers, which is incredible. I can't believe it. My channel just crossed a year of me posting and doing this, and it's been really, really great to be able to share my love of Lego with the world here, or with, you know, the 900 odd people that might subscribe and watch. But we're on the road to 1,000, so that's a huge milestone, and it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. If you're interested, if you like my stuff, subscribe. It means a lot to me. If you want to support this channel in a different way, you can do that here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon. It's in the video description. It's on my channel page, patreon.com/LoBricks. And maybe consider checking those things out, because that helps me a lot as well. And going into the future, I'm hoping I can just continue to do this, continue to talk about Lego sets, maybe branch out into some other Lego related things. And the memberships and the Patreon and all that stuff helps me be able to do that. So it means a lot to me. So thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.